Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel I create budgeting content, which is honestly the most content I create on this channel, but I also do planning content and side hustle content when I have the time to film extra videos. So in this video, we're still playing catch up here. We're gonna go through February 1st through the 14th on the budget versus actual for these 2 weeks. Again, I'm using the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom. I always have her linked in the description box below, so if you want to try out her products, I mean, I've been doing it for almost 3 years now, and it's truly been life-saving, financially, I should say, but also just like mentally too, to not stress about money. I'm currently in the process of trying to buy a house, and honestly, I wouldn't have been able to save all that money just doing a simple Excel budget. So let's dive into it here. So W-2 income, so actual was $1,817, which was what we had budgeted. Trivia, which is my side hustle, we had budgeted $355 and the actual is $355. Savings, we didn't pull any money from savings. And then payback, we had budgeted $1,473, but it looks like we only used $1,433 from our savings. So the total inflow was actually $3,605 versus the $3,645 we had budgeted. So let's go over to the fixed expenses. We had rent, which was accurate at $400. Same with utilities at $100. Car insurance was $65. Perfect. Student loan, $300, good. Life insurance, $22. Pet insurance, $47. Boxing gym was $93. Boxing gym is like half. I save half every paycheck. Therapy, I had 1 session, so that was $25. And Merrill, which is my Roth 401k, was $50. So something I did remember to budget in this time was the Sounders tickets. This was my last payment for the season, the upcoming season, and that's $162. So if we add that all up, it should equal $1,264, which is actually exactly what we had budgeted for our fixed expenses here, was $1,264. So if we subtract that from our inflow, which was $3,605, it gives us $2,341. So going towards variable expenses here, we brought down what we had left over from fixed expenses. Grocery, we were over by $135. Excuse me, we were over by $35, so we had $135. Eating out, we were actually under by $4, which is good. $40 is really hard for me to do in 2 weeks, so I'm really proud of myself for that one. Gas in car was only $37. That was what it cost to fill up my tank. I had budgeted $100, and I think it's because I thought I was going to do more driving than I did. Investments was $0. Fun entertainment, $0. Holiday was $0. I will also add, as I'm starting to remember this, for February, I try to do like as much of a no spend month as possible. Like eat in, only spend money on the necessities. Obviously I didn't do that with groceries, but that's why my variable expenses are super low. And as we go through the other budgets and get caught up here, you'll see that it has truly been, it was a really great thing for me to do in the month. And I literally told everybody in my life, I was like, please don't ask me to do anything. Like, I'm trying to save as much money as possible. Plus February was a shorter month. So it was like you had 3 less days. Well, I guess it was leap year this year. So you had 2 less days in the month, like have to spend money. So I was like, please don't ask me to do anything. Like, I'm really trying to spend money. I only went to the stuff that was planned and paid for. And I think I did a really good job. So we went to self-care, which was $50. Miscellaneous, I had no miscellaneous spending. I don't know if that's ever happened before in any of my budgets, but I'm so happy. Travel and vacay, $0. Pets was $0. So my total variable expenses for these 2 weeks was $258, which is honestly awesome, which left us with $2,083. So going to sinking funds, again, we had $2,083 left over. Pets got $50. 2025 vacation got $35. Every paycheck I put $35 towards that 2025 vacation. This year vacation, 2024, got $13. And my house sinking fund got $500. Even though I am in the process of buying a house, I'm still putting money into that sinking fund just in case there's unforeseen closing costs or I'm going a little bit out of my budget to get a house. Like I want to make sure I have that money in a sinking fund to make sure that like I'm not having to pull money from other sinking funds or like portfolios, because I really don't want to do that. So total sinking funds was, as predicted, $598, leaving us with $1,485 left over. Debt payoff, so again, $1,485 left over. We had, I was just peeking to see if these numbers worked out. Alaska Airline, I put $1,407 towards. Discover was $0. So if we subtract that from what we had left over from sinking funds, it gave us $78. And then I can remove this. I did spend $79 on clothes. If you, as I peek in the camera, I want to make sure this was all in frame. If you guys have a Fred Meyer near you, like I guess there's some Fred Meyers. It's a Kroger, part of Kroger. I guess some Fred Meyers I've recently discovered don't have like a clothing section and like a furniture section. All the Fred Meyers around here have all of those things. So I thought it was just what Fred Meyer was. But anyhow, they had basically like 75% off some of their clothing. And I was like, you know what, I could use some new sweaters. Like, let me see if there's anything that I like. And I did pick up a couple of items. So that's where the $79. And this is a new category of clothes because I want to make sure I can have just that sinking fund and make sure I'm not spending tons of random money on like, and not calculating that for a specific category, because I was counting clothes as miscellaneous, but it's like, no, like clothes should have its own category. Not that I spend that much money on clothes. I've been trying to do really good. It's just, you know, I don't really need anything new. But when I do, because sometimes I get that FOMO of, you know, that rush of buying something new, it needs to have its own separate category. So at the end of the year, I can be like, wow, I spent this much money on clothes this year. So that left us, I just put extra expenses down here. That just put us at $79 for the extra expenses, leaving us in theory, right? Because you guys know I have funky rounding with -$1, which is honestly just due to rounding. So I did do a really good job this pay period to make sure I had enough money for sinking funds, right? Like I put almost $600 towards sinking funds for these 2 weeks. That's about 20% of the budget, maybe 15. I can't do math that easily in my head. But without, you know, it was a good chunk of change. Like I put most of the payback towards debt here. If you just think about the income, which is W-2 and trivia, like putting $600 towards sinking funds from that amount is really good. So I'm really proud of myself. I think I did a great job. And thank you all for watching this video. As always, I hope it was helpful. If it was, please give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye.